Hey everybody, what's up? Let's see who's here. Hey Iggy, hey Kessler Minis, hey KF, hey Cujo. Not first. Hey Tim Cafferty. Thanks. Wait, congrats on making the cut. I'm sure we'll go far. Thank you. We will see. I haven't really painted. I mean, we can show it, right? I haven't really painted anything with the plan of impressing people, as in, you know, could have went for more gold, no metallic, or I don't know, you know, fancier things for sure. Where's my focus? Why is it down here? But yeah, I'm super fond of how it turned out. Really like the result for pretty short period of time that I was able to put in there. So yeah, pretty happy on how it turned out, and we will see how it will do. I'm going to make a video about it. Of course, all the in-depth tutorials will show up on Patreon as I finish them. Probably the first one, well, definitely the first one during the first week of August, and then all the other ones will also be there. But I'm also going to do a YouTube video about it. You know, the summing up the creation of it and the craziness that had to go into doing this thing in about a week. I think I started on the 20th and I had to put it in on the 27th. So yeah, we will see how far it goes. I'm still thinking whether or not I should do the whole, you know,
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Wolflord of Paints, thanks a lot for the follow, welcome. I'm still thinking about, because I had the idea of doing a charity thing where if I win the Everchosen competition, I'll just auction off the sword. I mean, it's a long shot, but you know, if I do, I thought about auctioning off the sword and donating the money to a charity here in Vienna. That I always was, you know, that always was in the back of my head since forever to donate to, but I never really had the money, so it could be a nice thing. But also I don't want to mention it too much, because then people are just saying, you're just bombing votes, because, you know, people might relate to that. So I'm super hesitant to do it. But yeah, that was an idea that I had, but we'll see. We'll see. Hey Milbor, see who else is here. Is the stream sponsored by Bollywood? Yes, definitely. Thank you, Kuja. Don't know when it's starting stream now. Wait, what did you post 2 hours later? No, it's always 10 minutes intro. You guys should know that by now, so please don't complain about it. I'm hyped already. Well, there you go. This slot again. Hey, Loophole. Hey, Michael Sutherland. Congratulations, I managed to make the cut too. Don't fancy going up against your one though. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I wonder if some people were, you know, all hush about their entries, because, you know, there's so much. If I don't show it too much, then not that many people get used to how it looks, and they can find all the errors that I made, so they might, you know, be more likely to vote for me if they just see me, or if they just see my entry for the first time on the page. And there is a lot of, you know, how would you call it, thinking about what to do. Oh no, this is breaking. I might have to re-glue that. Oh no, damn. Well, it was just paper. Yeah, I'll have to re-glue that afterwards. So yeah, a lot of secretive stuff. Let's see, turn down the music a bit more. I just need to have something in my ear when I'm doing this, because otherwise I'm getting a bit bored. Right, so what did I say? Yeah. So I haven't really seen all of the entries yet. Or, you know, obviously can't see all of the entries, but who else put something in there that is, you know, one of the bigger painters with a lot of following on Instagram or whatever, Facebook. That could be dangerous, but you know, it's a popularity vote, so those things will obviously be a thing. Did it take any place? Well, it won the store, so I can enter, I can make pictures and upload it to the gallery, and that was my goal, really, to just, you know, a bit of publicity, and we will see how it goes from there. Hey Viking, by the way, so Arzaba, thank you for the congratulations. Do you have a thought process on what models do you paint for competitions? Do you think the models itself has any weight on judges' decision? So I think they do. There is a thing where where to start? So a competition piece never is just about the paint job. It is about composition and how credible you make your entry look, and how well it's composed and how all the things fit together. And then of course the choice of model, especially in the case of Games Workshop, kinda might be a thing, because some people are used, or you know, some older models you have seen a lot already, and you're kind of getting used to the paint jobs. And then when there's new models, and since it's a public voting, people might be voting for, oh, this is such a great model, and I like what you did with it too, but I mean, it's a great model, so I'm going to vote for it. That is the whole back in the days when Rackham came out, so the confrontation miniatures, people were painting confrontation miniatures more than Games Workshop stuff, simply because it was that more detailed and it was such a distinct style and a different style. That's why, and those miniatures scored significantly higher. That was in 2005, 6, 7, 8. They scored a lot higher than just normal Games Workshop miniatures, simply because it was something different and something new and something fresh. So that can definitely be a thing. What else could influence? I mean, obviously there will be judges involved, and they're just human beings too, so we will never know what they will never be 100% unbiased, right? So I think judges will judge the last 3. So I don't know, if I said something wrong to a judge in the past, or I don't know. I mean, I am not always saying the best things about Games Workshop. Do they really want to have me winning? You know, tinfoil hat on. We will never know. But back to the, and it's also a public vote, so who knows, right? If you are super pressed on wanting to win and trying to do everything you can. Wait, Vinti? How do you pronounce that? I'm sorry. Thanks a lot for the follow. So yeah, if you want to maximize everything in a competition, which I really don't. I just, you know, if I don't have fun, then who cares about a competition? But if you want to maximize everything, you have to think about all these things. But I don't care. I just paint what is fun. I just paint what I really, really want to paint, because then I know I'm not going to be bored with it halfway through, and it's going to be fun. And when I'm having fun, I always produce good entries. I think this is a really good entry, regardless of whether or not it might be the best choice for a model. It could very well be not a good choice for a model. But I had fun. I mean, there was a bit of a phase where when was that? I mean, it was really fun to do the skin, really fun to do the armor. I think when I had to do all the, can't really see it, the wood grain down here, that wasn't really there, that I had to paint, and all the wood grain I had to paint on the gallows. Yeah, that was not that fun, but the rest was really fun to do, so I already won, if you know what I mean, if you understand where I'm coming from, because I had fun. 7 days of painting, roughly, and all of these days were really, really fun. And there's finished models, so that's it. That was a long rant, but yeah, that I always try to explain everything I think about that. So the end, you know, the summing everything up is I don't consciously choose a model as far as what I think would do good. I just paint what I think will be fun and having fun, you know, repeating what I said. All my golden demons, all the gold demons that I won, I consider, you know, my best work. Looking back, were the miniatures that I had the most fun painting. That was, yeah, that's my recipe for approaching these. I'm amazed what you made in just a week. Yeah, I think it wasn't a whole week. I started on the 20th, and then on the 26th at night I was done. And I also edited a video in the meantime, and yeah, so it was just under a week, I would say. Still love the helmet, thank you. Hey Tab, ruined. I hate my entry, because the thing broke off. I mean, it's just paper. I'll find another one and glue it back on. I hated my entry so much that I just posted it on Reddit to get some more moral boost from people. Isn't that what Reddit is for? Thank you, Tab, looks great. Thank you, Wolf. Wolf? Oh, I was looking for Wolf of Paints. Wolford Paints. Thank you. Do you know if we are allowed to take the picture on anything other than a white background? Yeah, sure. Just, I don't know, does it say white background? I don't think it says white background. Just take the best picture that you can. I think it is explicitly stated that you should try to, you know, get the best result you can. I don't know how Games Workshop is viewed these days, but I would have thought a lot of the big hitters would want to win the first Everchosen. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't really seen. So there's a couple of bigger Instagrammers that have like 10,000 or more followers that didn't make the cut, you know. Being a public vote and all that, they lost to what I said could always happen, you know, someone entering a super fancy big entry with a lot of colors and yeah, all that, and you could still lose the store competition. But it happened to a few of those, so it's kind of hard to see who else won because some of them are pretty hush-hush about it. I'm kind of happy that it was the Spanish dudes. So Volomir did win his store. I don't think he has painted anything in the last 4 years. Carnuta, thanks a lot for the follow. And thanks for joining the Patreon the other day. We are really close to having 200 patrons, by the way. Which is crazy, considering I started at 160 this month, I think. But yeah, I appreciate all the support, guys, and I'm pretty happy that hard work pays off because, you know, like I said, started at 160 or something. My goal was 200, so we're pretty close there, and I just put in all the work that I could this month into the videos, and I streamlined my video process a bit. I'm moving into trying to do a video each Friday. on YouTube, which will be tough, but I'm going to try and do it. So, you know, I appreciate it, or I would appreciate it if you were following the YouTube and pushing the videos a bit, because yeah, there's just some YouTubers that get away with, you know, everything they upload just gets to 20,000 views, and I know that I'm more known for these high quality paint jobs, but I can only produce like one of these videos that include high quality paint jobs for YouTube each month or every second month. It's just not possible. So I'm trying new video formats, and you know, they usually stop at 2,000 views, and I just, you know, the question is, do I keep going? Do I keep making those if they never go higher? So any help there with sharing and, you know, views is really appreciated, because I'm really trying to grow the YouTube. But if it's not worth it, then I just can't keep up with one release per week. But yeah, the Patreon is doing really good, so I appreciate the support there. I really can't complain, since I only have 17k subs on YouTube. 200 patrons is really a good turnout, and we're almost there. So thanks for that. I agree with your statement about Games Workshop. I made a lot of statements about Games Workshop. Too bad the Requiem went down, the miniatures were great. Yeah, they thought pre-painted was the way to go. I really would have liked to see what they can do with, what was it, AT-43? The science fiction thing that they also planned, but yeah, unfortunately that never had a long life. I painted the truth. Do you anticipate your commission being fun? In a way, maybe, because I'm going to give it my best. But same with this, right? I gave it my best, but I had a deadline, so I didn't put in all these stupid extra work. So I would say this is 95% of what I can do, right? But these last 5%, they just take ages, and they don't actually improve the end result that much. And with a commission that isn't a competition piece, I'm still going to try and give it my best, but I'm also going the 95% rule, so it will look great. I'm pretty sure of that, and it's going to be one of my best paint jobs. But yeah, I just kind of got rid of the urge to make everything perfect, and it will turn, yeah, and that's when it's fun, right? That's when it's fun. Skin is the best. Hey Ulrich, thank you. Actually, I like the green too, and the steel up here. And while the wood grain and the wood isn't obviously not the most popping feature of this miniature, it's still good, right? It's to a technical standard that where you could say, okay, that really looks like wood. So it's also the subtle things that need to be great and that need to look great in order to make it a well-rounded piece. Nurgle is historically one of the best choices for Games Workshop competitions. Why do you say that? I mean, I don't doubt it, but do you have any data to back that up? The wood has no texture. It is not. There's no sculpted texture. There's a few. Wait, where's my brush? There's a few. Yeah. But yeah, guys, we will paint a bit later. I'm going to answer all the questions that people are having about that Everchosen stuff. So yeah, it has a few of these. Shut up. A few of these indents. Yeah, as always, guys, if the kids are into that, let me know. And it has, you know, here there's a few featured sculpted features, as well as here this one line But that's it, right? The other parts are just square features, and you had to do wood grain if you wanted it. You're welcome to Cafferty. I don't know why I can't pronounce your name. Cafferty. Hey Nivak, how's it going? Do you take your own pictures? I thought the shop was going to. No. I mean, yeah, Volodymyr entered. He got through exactly. Do you take your own pictures? Yeah, you have to take your own pictures. They can't just expect. I mean, they don't have cameras, right? So someone would have to take a picture with a cell phone in the store, and then if people don't know how to take pictures. Thanks a lot for that resub, much appreciated. Thanks for rejoining the Major League. Thank you. How was work? Hope it wasn't too bad. Yeah, so they can't promise or they can't guarantee for consistent pictures. So that would be, you would be in the hands of the store as far as taking pictures goes, and they could just take crappy pictures and you would be screwed. While you know, if you're someone who knows how to photograph, you know, better, might be improving your model more than or you make it better than it is. That mini superb. Thank you, Karn, Utah. Hey, Casual Painter. A Fry, how's it going? I felt that the voting was really biased just by the nature of public vote on a local level. Yeah, you never know, right? There could be friends voting, you know, someone just mobilizes like 10 friends or 15 people he knows. Yeah. You can split them up into multiple parts. Wait, what? Split them up into multiple parts? Kuja, what do you mean with that? Maybe try some more viral themes. Yeah, I mean, of course. But for example, the contrast hype, I just wasn't there. I was on holidays for 2 weeks, and I also did not anticipate that. I don't know. I thought I could do a video in time, but I just couldn't, and I messed up there a bit. But I also wasn't there, so it was kind of hard. I thought I could use the paints before they came out, which I couldn't, so that's why I couldn't make a video up front. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I mean, viral themes. So I released the Imperial Fist video right around when the new Battle Force came out. So yeah, that was my shot at viral themes. The other thing is also, it's not guaranteed that you are hitting the video properly, you know, or that it gets shown on YouTube. You just cannot rely on that. Just because it's a popular theme, you can also not expect that it does good. I would say my videos do underperform, I think, for what they are showing and what you can learn from them. And well, I guess obviously I could improve the quality, which I'm trying to do. I also bought a 4K camera and I'm trying to shoot new things and all that, but they constantly underperform. And sometimes I question why I do it, honestly. But yeah, let's not turn this into a whining stream again. Hey Leonardo Reis, how's it going? Hi from Brazil. Hello to Brazil. The Space Marine bias, as I call it, was in full force at my near store. Not as good models placed were. Better paint jobs on less popular sculpts went by without the love they deserved. Yeah. I would say the thing is, when you do paint jobs that are too complicated for people to understand, for example, I think Hairster Miniatures on Instagram, he did a really cool Tyrannid. I don't know, is it a Hive Tyrant? I really don't know Tyranids too well. I think it's a Hive Tyrant, and it was really great. But it also had a really complicated base. It was a base that was almost this long. And with cracks and vines and yeah, really cool. But also it was really busy on the pictures in the cabinet. And there was a lot of detailing that I think simply got lost because the lighting wasn't as good. Obviously, so while he obviously was the better paint job, people sometimes don't understand everything you're trying to tell with the miniature, especially if it's in a showcase at Games Workshop, at a Games Workshop store, and then they just vote for what they understand, right? They vote for maybe the edge highlighted Space Marine, or you know, just anything edge highlighted that does look clean and understandable. You can never, you know, yeah, you kind of have to do simple things for public voting, or at least simple to understand things. I felt that the judging in my local game store was biased. Yeah, sure. Again, guys, it's public voting, right? You cannot really expect to people to vote rational. There is always going to be a lot of other factors involved into what they're trying to do. Edge highlighting video 9.6 views. Wait, almost 10,000 views. 3 weeks. Face video 3.3 views. 1 week. Recipes vid 1.2 weeks, 3 days, and not a total waste of time. Yeah, but you're saying that like these are great numbers, which they are not. I mean, even the edge highlight video is, I mean, I did not expect anything there, so it was doing okay, I guess. But I mean, honestly, you cannot really say it's a success. It's a success if it doesn't hit, I don't know, 20,000, 25,000 views, and constantly. That's when you can say that a channel has success. It's not like having just under 15k views on 3 videos. That's not success. Let's be honest. 1.2k views is nothing for a YouTube video. You cannot really. I mean, again, I will still grind YouTube, but it's not really satisfying if it's just 1.2k views on a video. And even on objective terms, it's not a success. It's a failed video, let's face it. And it's a small tight-knit community where people that don't frequent the store were ignored over people voting with a bias towards their friends thing. Yeah, I mean, again, it kind of is a community thing, right? I didn't enter with the notion of Everchosen being a fair contest. It is what it is. It's a community-based contest. It's a community-based contest. The shield reads a bit weird. It does, and do you know why? Because I'm an idiot, and I thought it would go on the miniature like this. That's why all my lights are up here. But, you know, don't tell anyone. Oh my god, there's a mistake here. Yeah, so these were supposed to face down, these highlights. That's why they're a bit more dull. But yeah, that's what you get for having to do sub-assemblies. And I could have not painted that any different other than sub-assemblies. But yeah, I don't care. It's just, you know, it's a different interpretation, and yeah, it is what it is. That sci-fi game came out. The concepts of Karkopinski looked great. That's all for me. Never found an interest in it. Oh yeah, sure. I understand. I mean, science fiction is so different from fantasy, right? The model that won my local Games Workshop store did not deserve to win. There was a much better painted miniature that should have won, not mine. Yeah, again, guys, again, it's a public voting. And still, even if you go to a Golden Demon, you cannot expect fair, quote unquote, fair judging. They're always going to be biased, just in a different way, towards their IP, towards what they know and understand, and so on. Exactly the same as my store. The model that all the store staff agreed was the best only came in third, compared to first and second being ones that had biases to them. For the photos, Games Workshop said each shop was provided with a light box and store managers given guidance on how to take good photos. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I have, you know, when you win, you do get a golden envelope. Oh my god, almost like at the chocolate factory. And they had instructions on there, and they're just saying, you know, take a good picture. So I'll go with that. Over what did circulate. Are the horns in the black area white reflection dots, or is it the light? I don't know what you... Oh, reflection dots. No, I painted reflections on there. I mean, your longer high quality miniature tutorial videos, rather than have them a single video, you can make 4 of them or more parts. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I could do that, but I mean, I also don't, you know, I kind of have to do what feels interesting to me too. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if I could spread out a Custodes video on 3 videos and they would all get like 20,000 views, that would be better than one video getting 2,000 views. Obviously, you're 20,000 views. You're right there. Wait, you guys and your usernames. Tomate bot. What? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry. My store manager told me that I have to make the picture in the white light box he gave me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna take. Wait, I need to read that stupid thing again. I don't think they... I would just not do that, honestly. What does it say? Okay, you can enter your photo here. One single good photo of your entry. Make sure that the pictures are JPEG with a width of 1000 pixels, less than 10 megabytes. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. So just take whatever picture you want, honestly. I would not restrict myself to stuff that sucks. Hey Joe Blue, how's it going? It was that the Games Workshop judge at the store was admittedly not a painter, so in my store it was a combination. Wait, Games Workshop judge? Did they also judge? It was meant to be a pure public voting. Do you have a link to your Games Day Golden Demon winning entries? You can check out the gallery below the stream. There's a couple of them in the gallery. Think exclamation mark Putty and Paint or exclamation mark gallery, or you know, just below the stream there is a link to all my social media. To an untrained eye, it's way more about the wow factor than the intricacy and technicalities of the paint job. Yeah, exactly. I didn't say it was great numbers. I said it wasn't part. It needs to build. It takes time. Yeah, but I'm already doing it since, I don't know, probably close to 2.5 or 3 years, and it's better than a lot of other previous videos. I mean, I guess grind. Yeah, I have to grind. Don't you think with more time you get 10 views? No, I don't. I honestly don't, because I already invested 2 years. But yeah, again, I'm going to upload one video every Friday for sometime, and if that doesn't help, we'll see what I'm going to do. Looks pretty good to me. Thanks, Mavis. How does this Everchosen thing continue? Do you need to enter your miniature to the next stage, or do you need to paint a new one? No, you just take a good picture, so I'm probably going to... Going to pick an angle. Maybe like this. I don't know. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then enter you, because you can only enter one angle. I mean, which kind of sucks, right? Because why did I paint the backside then? But it is what it is. Yeah, you just enter, you take a picture yourself and you enter. Hey, Galafire. That's why I keep asking people about the white background. Hey, Marcin. I bought a light box once. Light boxes suck. You don't need a light box. Something that works is if you have good lights, then just put a bit of white paper over them and just use that, but you don't need a light box. Light boxes are for really tiny objects. I don't have an example, but for product presentations where you don't want to have a shadow at all and so on. On a white background, maybe a product, a presentation picture for a website and stuff like that. That's when you use light boxes. But miniature painting photography does not need light boxes. Just need 2 good lights, a proper cell phone camera, and maybe something to hold it still. And that's it, really. They could at least give precise instructions, but nope, nah, they're not about that. They keep it vague so they can, make up their own stuff. It's kind of nice stuff to have. I use a box for my laundry. I use it as a box for my laundry. I see. Hey, Shea Ross Hook. How's it going? Compact and foldable. In my store, there was the Games Workshop Manager awarded. I did not get awards at all. Wait, they did it wrong. It was supposed to be a public voting. Just drop Games Workshop an email that they did that. So, I mean, something is wrong there. If they do it like that. Hey Dave, that looks dope. Thank you. It would be nice if you embedded both chats on the screen. No, I don't want any chat on the screen. Oh yeah, there's the Demon Winner. I mean, some of those are pretty horrible photos. I'm looking at that Theoden. That is just washed out beyond compare. Yeah, those are really crappy photos. I would not have linked that. Yikers. Oh, it has my sororita too. I guess I don't have to get it from my parents' place then. Yeah, even the crude collector looks pretty horrible there. Wait, that's my own photos. Oh yeah, I didn't know how to take photos back then. Anyway, I'm reading the comments anyway. You don't need me to. You don't need to see stuff on screen. I could make a photo tutorial jewelry for you. Dude, half of the time I don't know what you're saying. Half of the time is even underrated. I could make a photo tutorial. Okay, I got that. Jewelry? How to take pictures of jewelry? What do you mean? How about making a tutorial about how to photograph miniatures? But there is already so many tutorials. I mean, Miniac made a pretty good tutorial. I don't need to make another one. Sounds stupid, so it's not about the miniature, but about the picture of it. Next, yeah, sure. I mean, again, I said I'm going to enter this thing and I'm not going to expect anything. Simply because there's so many variables. Like I said, I could have just lost at the store level with the greatest miniature ever. I mean, not saying that this is the greatest miniature ever, but you could definitely just lose at the store level. And then, yeah, then the next phase is also public voting again. And you have to hit top 3 there, and then among these top 3, you have a judge vote, or, you know, judges vote. But yeah, I mean, honestly, just being on the actual gallery is a good thing, so I'm happy. My store didn't took part. Really? Huh. Yes, it was wrong then, exactly. Yeah, just go and complain. I would. How's your Magic gaming at the moment? When did you open the last pack? Thanks for the follow, Shablu. Wait, Shablu. Yeah, Shablu. How's your Magic gaming at the moment? When did you pick up? When did you open the last pack? Good decision with the chat. I don't know. I skipped the last 3 or 4 releases, if you count Modern Horizons. I just don't have the money. I don't have any spare money. The last spare money that I have, I invested into a 4K cam, and now I need to save up for a computer that can handle it, basically. But yeah, I'll do that after the move. So in September, October, hopefully we're going to be 4K ready. 4K ready. So yeah, everything that I have spare at the moment goes into making the stream quality better and the videos better. So, you know, you can deduct video or cameras from your earnings in the tax report. But I can the camera was 409 euros, and you can deduct it as a one-time spending up to 400. So now I have to spread it out over 5 years because it was 409 euros. Ridiculous. So 90 euros per year I can deduct from my income. Hey Kurat, are you Kurat from Vienna? I'm confused. What pictures am I looking at? I was looking at the link that Tab posted, the Demon Winner free.fr, which has a gallery of all past Gold Demon winners. Demon Winner has you as winning single 40k Germany 2006. I think that's true. Yeah, it should be the Ultramarine. I won a few Golden Demons, dude. Yeah, it's the Ultramarine. It's a chaplain that is blue. Hey Toby Tobson, thanks a lot. Oh, you search for an example of things. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, it was just, you know, make a tutorial about pictures, about taking pictures, like jewelry. That was confusing. I think that you should try to make another tutorial about taking pictures if everyone is doing it and people want to see it. I mean, I guess. It's just, you know, Miniac being there honestly is not a good thing for everyone else, because everything you do, so when I do a video that contradicts Miniac somehow, and honestly there's a lot to contradict Miniac because he's still a beginner painter. He's not that experienced with painting, and yeah, he does videos most of the time, so it's not like he's spending an awful lot of time painting and improving. So he will make mistakes, and even not knowing about these mistakes, just mentioning something that contradicts Miniac gives you so much hate by all these Miniac fanboys. Like, I don't know, it goes right into personal attacks. I keep harding the personal attacks now because I'm going to collect them all and make a video about these in the future. But it's just crazy. It's really not a good thing having someone like Miniac having 120,000 subscribers almost, because they also watch other videos and they go there and you contradict them, you contradict him without even knowing what he said. Because I typically don't watch his videos because there's not a lot of stuff that I can learn from that, and I watch YouTube for learning things most of the time. But yeah, again, even if I don't know the video and I contradict him, then people are going bonkers and feel like, okay, I attacked him, which I didn't. So yeah, it's kind of overshadowing. I'm gonna miss ambient kid sounds when you move. I'll be honest, I won't. I'll be honest. I mean, maybe if it's good for the stream. Oh, from Switzerland, sorry. No, there was a dude called Kurat Druchi from Vienna that I knew like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Yeah, we talked a lot, and I thought maybe it's you. So sorry for that. Yeah, maybe if people really miss the kid sounds, I'm going to record some of them. So right now I'm really trying to answer all questions, and I obviously thought about continuing to paint this guy, but it's kind of ridiculous how hard it is, and it is. I think we're fine just talking today, guys. So keep the questions coming for sure, and once it fades out a bit with the conversation, we can go back to painting. But yeah, it's also fun to talk about my Everchosen stuff. Hey, Leroy Jenkins.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Fiersean007. Thanks a lot for the follow. How's it going? Thanks a lot. Wait, hey Giga. How's it going? Okay, Kona. We're more the quick K-Comrade duders here. Thank you. That is a very sweet model as usual. Thank you, Leroy Jenkins. And greetings back to Hamburg. Oh wait, we had that. Ambient kid sounds. I dislike the format games Workshop have chosen for the current Demon Winner sites. Yeah, it sucks because it's just, random model from 2018. Oh, random model from 2019. And this is gold, and gold is on the right side, and next gold is on the left side, and it's just a line of different categories. It's ridiculous. If they just made it more like the Demon Winners site, that would be great. That would be great. What is your main motivation to paint the models part-wise? Part-wise, you mean sub-assemblies? Simply, I could not paint wood grain down here if I didn't paint them in sub-assemblies. And yeah, it just makes for a way better paint job. If it's a competition model, if it's just a model that I that I kind of want to paint, but I'm not too worried about some little mistakes, down there, and so on. Then I assemble it. Of course, I leave out the face because that is just, or the helmet, because if the helmet just goes there, I cannot paint anything else anymore. So yeah, I guess there's layers to it. So sometimes I can't reach at all, and then I could reach, for example, this, but I could probably not paint that in an interesting way. You disagree with that he's a beginner. You cannot disagree with that, dude. He painted for a long time, but he's not at a standard where you would call him intermediate or whatever. And he constantly asks me questions, so I know what standard he is on. If he doesn't quite know how glazing works, or layering or building up a gradient properly, then you're not an intermediate, you are a beginner. Which there's nothing wrong with it, but you know, having a beginner reach so many people, and part of the charm is that he's a beginner and he's learning along with you, right? And I totally understand that, and it's great, but there is just some parts that I know through experience that are wrong, or you know, sometimes he just does research and it's not correct what he researches, because I mean, let's be honest, the whole guide hair thing was hilarious. So sometimes I will contradict him, and it's not because I saw the video and I want to contradict him. No, it's just because some things he says isn't true, or you know, true in quotes, because it's still painting, and yeah, you can basically do whatever you want. It's right there in the title. What is in the title? It tells the truth about anything. What? Oh, the truth. Oh, okay, I gotcha. It's right there in the title. Now I get it. Miniac is for Fortnite kids. Oh my god. I don't know since when Miniac is the top bar in miniature painting. He's entertaining, nothing else. If he drags more people into the hobby, good. Oh yeah, definitely, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that it's for other YouTubers and for me as a YouTuber, it's a lose-lose situation, because there's a lot of fanboys out there that will attack you openly. And it's not his fault, because obviously he's just doing what he loves. But it's the fault of the people alone, right? That feel like, oh, they have to defend. Oh my god, shut up! Hello. This is the calm and relaxed stream of Trovarion. Right, yeah, again, it's not his fault. It's just, but there is no denying that there's an overshadowing that kind of ruins it for for other people that maybe know more about, you know, what he's talking about, or have more experience. People watch YouTubers for personality too. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Ignore the haters, don't let them bother you, especially when you are right. Yeah, I guess. Too bad the contradictions bring more point of view and therefore more tool, which is very good. What suits him best? Yeah, I mean, I guess. But who's a beginner? You are. Meaning has a lot of fans because his channel is for newbie painters. Yeah, again, that's what I said. Kujo recently made a video about other YouTubers Scale 75 review and it was great. Sure. Try doing that with Miniac. I dare you. You will get dismantled. No, but Kujo was 100% right with what he said, you know. And therefore it was the correct move to make that video. I think it's great that he drags new players into the hobby, but he is no miniature painting messiah by any means. He said so himself, depends on your own point of view, he's better than some painters, but there's loads of painters that are better than him. Yeah, I mean, again, all I said is he's a beginner, well, you know, at a, well, maybe not absolute beginner level, but he's not that much further. And guys, I know what I'm saying when it comes to that, just trust me, okay? Because it feels super insulting if I say those things and, you know, I have 20 years experience in this. in this thing, and it feels like, okay, it's like you're going to someone who has 20 years top level experience as a cook, and then he says, you know, this other guy's recipes are entertaining. I don't know. But they're kind of bland and this and that, and he's probably only doing it since 2 years and blah blah blah. And then they say, no, shut up, you have no idea what you're talking about. And I kind of have a bit of experience and I know what I'm talking about. So there's no real, I don't know, point of view on that. Do you have an ugly stage of painting a model? I know what you mean. I don't. I mean, it is. I know what you mean, but I don't really consider it that. I mean, obviously this is super ugly, but it is just by nature because there's so much black and just unrefined stuff here. I guess if I wasn't, I typically paint part after part, right? So if I was doing more like global painting, like sketching first, you know, sketching in all the colors and all of that, there would be a long phase of ugliness. But since I don't really do that, but paint one part after the other, I could not speak about an ugly phase. I mean, I guess, you know, for example, here the last part that I painted was the hammer. So is it? Yeah, I can't really say where the ugly phase ends and where the beautiful phase starts. Technically, the beautiful phase starts when it's finished. But that concept is probably not super applicable to my painting, I think. We need a rant command. No, we don't. Get it again. I also don't understand. Every time I say something that Maniac does, it becomes a discussion about him being a good guy or not, which is undoubtedly true. And he's the best miniature painting YouTuber out there because the numbers speak for itself. But every time I say anything about the guy, it becomes a discussion about him being good or bad. And I don't like either side of it, right? I don't like the people jumping on the bandwagon and saying, oh, he sucks, I hate the stuff, blah, blah, blah. Which is obviously a personal thing, and you can say that, but it's not about good or bad. You know, him being a good guy, there's no doubt about that, guys. And he is successful and he's good at what he does. He has the best setup for videos in the miniature painting YouTuber community. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I'm just saying, painting wise, he has a lot to learn. That's it. I see it with like this. If you are able to paint details in a paint by number style without mistakes, you're no beginner anymore. Oh, that's, I don't know. That's so philosophical. So you're saying if I can fill in the green here and the pink here and the black up here without going over the line, then you're not a beginner miniature painter anymore? I'm not sure about that. No, I have, again, it just gets annoying when people think you are attacking Maniac and they feel like they have to defend him. Then it gets annoying. Challenge accepted. Let's go, Cujo. Let's go. If they hate your video in the comment section, they still watch. Yeah, I guess you can review it like that. I'll take your advice over most on YouTube. Thank you, Tim. The problem is that people have adapted this mentality where the word of their YouTuber of choice is gospel and they ignore any other opinion. Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That basically is the points that I'm trying to make. Hey, Azavar, cool, by the way. When all the greats have gone behind paywalls, Miniag is going to be exalted by those who don't know. Not sure what you mean. If you're saying I should be free to watch on everything I do, I agree. But then I would not be making videos because by then I would have either had to take another job full time, or I would have starved to death. So I did about 1.5 years of content creation for free, and my Patreon had 15 subs. Okay, that's a bit that's a bit exaggerated, but maybe 40. Which I accept that it is a grind, but by then I had another job and so on. And I agree, it should be free and people should just support, by giving $1. And if, 2,000 people give $1, then that's a living wage, but it didn't work. So I agree that it should be free, but I also agree that I should need to eat. So apologies for having to make a living. He has his own paywall. The ugly stage is when you try to consult anyone on early work in progress stage and they have to give advice but don't know where you want to go with the paint job. That's complicated. The ugly stage is when you try to consult anyone on early whip stages and they have to give advice but don't know where you want to go with the paint job. That is... well, I don't understand that. I'd say Vince is the best miniature painting YouTuber. I mean, YouTube... I mean, of course, that is all subjective again, but I consider someone a good YouTuber if it resonates with people. I'm not saying that, what I do, and I do a bit more high quality paint jobs with decent production quality, I would say. And I'm not saying everyone should, want to watch that. It's perfectly fine if people don't want to watch it. And again, I can complain. I only have 7k subs and 200 patrons. So
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
I mean, who am I to complain? And I'm pretty sure it will go up too. So I'm super grateful to people. Oh my god, I missed a follow. Boom boom boom. Yeah, I mean, again, I should be happy, right, about my achievements, definitely. It's just, again, the discussion is, or the question is, if I can be okay by doing one YouTube video a month and then focusing on Patreon, then I should probably just do that, right? Wait, I need to do that again. Ruri 987, thanks a lot for the follow. Oh, strict YouTuber, okay. Vince is obviously good, but sometimes something little about his style just need to click. Yeah, he's also more, I mean, I love Vince, don't get me wrong again. Please don't get me wrong, but he's more like, yo guys, this is my painting table, just join me in what I do. He doesn't care that much about improving his production quality. I mean, it's well enough, right? But he could obviously improve a lot of things from the technical point of view. But he's fine with that. So, but that is what I mean. If you are a YouTuber that wants to maximize everything, like Miniac did, right? He has the best production quality out there. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, that's what I consider, that's why I would say he is the best YouTuber out there, obviously. Do you think you could do a tutorial on rattle can priming? Sorry. Oh, we have some overheating here. Have you already done that through your Patreon? Thanks again for doing these live streams. I appreciate your knowledge. Thank you, Joshua. What do you want to know about rattle can priming? because I feel like that's not something that needs a tutorial. Or are you talking about like two layers of Rattlecans, like Senator priming and all that? I would not be too worried about it. I mean, Rattlecan priming is just keep a distance and use very soft spray intervals. No, how do you call it? Don't go like okay, just go like right, and always turn it around and then leave it to dry and then give it a second layer, and that's it really. It's kind of hard to film that too. I mean, maybe with the new camera setup. But yeah, that's about it really. But if you have any questions, again, it's like bicycle driving. If you can drive and brake, you're no beginner anymore. Okay. This is becoming a group therapy session. Is it? It's a business after all. It is. I wonder what techniques models are notoriously hard to paint, even for a painter of your caliber. I mean, so I don't really distinguish between techniques. For me, I don't say, okay, I'm going to use layering here and glazing here and then dry brushing here. It's just I do whatever is needed in the moment. So I will probably, you know, lay down a more opaque layer here and then soft out the edges with stippling and sometimes, you know, just putting a glaze on and so on. Something that I would consider difficult, the most difficult thing that I sometimes still struggle with is having a model appear coherent, which is kind of fixed ever since, or you know, which got easier ever since I have been using global highlight colors. So for example, global highlight color here would be ice yellow, since it is a bit of a warmer tone. And then on top of the ice yellow, for example here, I used ivory. And I also have the ivory here, and I have some ivory in here, but that's just, you know, the very last dots to increase the contrast. The global highlight color, like I said, is more the ice yellow, and that draws everything together. That was something I had problems with for a long time, I would say. I don't really models that are hard to paint. The hardest models to paint are those that I don't really find interesting. But then again, I am in the lucky position that I can only paint what I find interesting, because I don't really do commissions. But yeah, those are the most hard or the hardest models for me to paint. I think the term beginner is subjective. There's guys in all creative pursuits that have only been doing something a short amount of time that piss all over so-called experts. It's really more of a question of how people interpret. Yeah, but we need to use words, right? And I mean, what other words could you use? I mean, I could make up a word like a philosopher and then give it a meaning by defining it, which is a person who knows how to hold a brush and not drop it, which is the equivalent to being able to ride a bike, so holding a brush. So are you not a beginner anymore if you know how to hold a brush? Are you not a beginner anymore? I would say, no, I'm going to couple it on naivete. So as long as you're, I mean, it's harder for in miniature painting to identify naivete. For example, if you were looking at someone who does a 2D drawing or painting, you can identify naive because there's not a lot of knowledge in there. Whether it's, you know, form or colors or color composition or anatomy and so on. So I'm going to say, you know, people are beginners where their results are really naive, and I'm going to stick by that. And that's how I would define his stuff. And you know, I'm saying that as an instructor of painting, someone who wants people to improve, someone who has an eye for or to identify what people need to do to improve. So I think I have a bit of an expertise in there. It's really more of a question of how people interpret information and how much time they put into improving. Yeah, sure. I don't disagree with that. This can take years or months depending on various outside factors. Someone can easily do something for years and still be a beginner depending on their level of improvement. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I call naivete. Bursts. Oh yeah. I'd be scared of getting sprays on my lens. Sentinel should be more specific. I should have said distance and all that. Thanks for answering. Appreciate it. Okay, so you're welcome. The senator part. Okay, that's going to sound like another Miniac bash because he just made a video about senator priming. But unless you are using senator, so senator I think is good for two things. It is good for making the miniature readable. And for people that want to move beyond just edge highlighting and all that, I always say do either of the two. Either do a senator spray with a brighter base coat, or just put a light from the top and make a photo, and that will help you decide where to put your highlights. Because unless you are using that undercoat, that first two layers of color, unless you plan to use that and just apply maybe translucent base colors and really have the base coats shine through, then it's useless to do senator lightening or priming, which is not a popular opinion. But since you will be painting over it in an opaque way, you're not going to see anything from the senator light. So don't get too caught up in thinking senator is something you need to do. It just helps people that want to improve, moving beyond, okay, this is an edge, I should highlight that, and this is an edge. That way you kind of realize, okay, there is some areas that catch more light than others, and I'm going to focus on these, and I'm going to interpret these brighter or darker. And that's a good choice to start with, because that makes your models more interesting. Yeah, so much for senator priming. You really don't have to do it. If you need a reference, you can, like I said, put it under a harsh lamp, or a lamp that has harsh lights, top senator light, and take a picture, and that will also be a good reference. Yeah, I'm only doing senator if I want to make it more readable for the stream. Holding my brush is like sitting on the bike. Okay. Consider myself a beginner and I can't learn new things from a tutor. Is said tutor a beginner too? If I consider myself a beginner and I can't learn new things from a tutor, is that tutor a beginner too? I would say so, yeah. And now you're going to say, but you're learning new things. Then, yeah. Guys, this is, it's kind of annoying, this discussion, because everyone's going to have an opinion on it, and you guys are not going to change my opinion on it, and I don't plan to change yours, and you don't have to agree with me. Let's just disagree, okay? I'm not arguing with your use of the word beginner. If anything, I'm reinforcing what you said. Yeah, I was just, that was just an epiphany that I had while I read your comment, Kessler. it was not directed towards you. Doing something for a long time doesn't make you not a beginner. Exactly. We all know the true sign of expertise is how good you are at stripping models. KF equals expert. Yeah, true. Eyes open. Right. Let's see. But yeah, Joshua, if you have any more questions, again, let me know. I hope that covers what you were trying to find out. If you have any more, you know, again, just it's fine to ask more questions. Thank you very much for the answer. If you don't mind, I have another question. How do you feel about the Golden Demon competition as it is now? Specifically mean that heavy metal style is favored. Have you seen my video about how to win a Golden Demon? I mean, I guess there's not really an opinion in there. There's just the fact that you kind of should be painting a certain way. I mean, the answer is pretty simple. Let me get just a cup of water. Let me just get a cup of water and I'll answer that in a second. Wait, favorite over some other styles that might push the boundaries. Yeah, Golden Demons are what they are. You have to go there and accept that. Golden Demons are a painting competition by a company that wants to, you know, use what they can get through the Golden Demons, like pictures or publicity, to promote their line of miniatures. If they let something win that is pushing the boundaries, and that might be hard to understand for their clientele, they're running the risk of people being confused, and because they are preaching simple paint jobs, they kind of treat the painting community as if it wouldn't exist, and they like to cater to the people that make them the most money, which is the gamers that just need to paint their models properly. And if you show these painters for the gaming table, and if you show these painters something that they don't understand, then that's going to put them off. So what they are trying to push, maybe, I don't know, subconsciously, is something that looks achievable, and they say you should be not thinking too much about which style, but more inconsistency, which you can always say heavy metal style is pretty consistent and on an equal level all over the model. Applied, you can look at it and say, okay, there's no single mistake and everything is to the same standard. So they don't lie when they tell you, you know, any style is fine, just don't make mistakes. And yeah, it's easy to do that with heavy metal or heavy metal style. That said, I would say the last Slayer Sword winner, so the Secret Workshop on Instagram, has a style that is distinct from heavy metal style. and they gave him the Slayer sword. So is that a contradiction? I don't think so. I think his style is achievable and easily readable, especially the way he put it on that miniature. So I would say they do aim for, again, for a style that is readable, or they do want to see a style that is readable and understandable and technically reproducible by their customers. Every metal style just happens to also be characterized by what I just said. So yeah, when you go to a Golden Demon, you have to know what you're bargaining for. You have to know what you have to expect, and that is a company trying to, you know, market their stuff. And if that is not okay for you, I would, or you know, for anyone, then I would recommend that they don't go, because that's when you feel cheated. But you can't really be cheated if you think a Golden Demon should be anything else other than they are. Golden Demons are not going to be the painting competition that has the most value in this community. It's just a painting competition by a company. It's not going to produce the best painters and the best paint jobs. And I think that sums it up pretty good. That's what I do, the harsh light, and then take a picture. Thanks again. Oh, you're welcome. Again, the Monday streams are always there for questions. Yeah, also, if you want a space where you can just go and answer, or, you know, ask questions, because if you're trying to improve, I know that asking questions and getting answers to them and getting new thoughts to your questions and so on is a good way to learn. So if you know, join the Patreon at a $1 level, you get access to the Discord, and I always have, you know, a lot of people there that will happily answer your questions. And my Discord is also a place where you can reach me, so I'm definitely trying to answer all questions at least once a day. Usually it is more. So if that is something you need, you know, a space where, where you can ask questions to improve, then definitely think about that. You can find a link below the stream, obviously. But my name is the same everywhere, so you will also find that via Google. Or some other stuff. Oh, we had that. Wait, there's a 200 character limit? 4 comments? Damn. I should have phrased it differently. Oh, okay. Do you think that the Golden Demon is still as prestigious as it was a couple of years ago? I feel like Crystal Brush enters are way better than Golden Demon. Okay, you're getting me started on something else. So, like I said, Golden Demons are boxed into a certain style and certain marketing and all that. Crystal Brush is a bit more free. Does that make Crystal Brush the best, or, you know, better or best painting competition? No, it doesn't. And I just, you know, disgruntled every US viewer that I have. But yeah, the problem is, there is a bit of a problem. There is a lot of innovation in Europe when it comes to painting. The US is catching up. The US does not have that much, that many painters that could, or how to say that. The US is big. If you go 300 kilometers to one side in Europe, you're in a different country, and you have a different culture there and different influences and so on. And that is super fruitful when it comes to innovation in art and in miniature painting, and it has always been that way. Europe has been an incubator for people pushing the boundaries in painting because of that, because there was the Spanish, first there was the French, then the Spanish took that and made it their own and improved on that, then the French took that back, and then there was some Polish people that approached painting with a whole new mentality and so on, and that is just an undeniable fact. And in the US, there is a standard, a style that has been more prevalent, and it was more a bit of a conservative style, and innovation wasn't that interesting. Or there was a bit of a mentality of our style is the best and we don't need innovation, which now is reduced, but it also means that there's still a lot of that mindset prevalent in competition painters. So, and to back that up, typically who wins the crystal brush? Crystal brush is usually won by some Europeans that have the money to go over to the US and enter their, collaborations and so on. Which doesn't equal to the crystal brush being the best painting competition there is. But saying that, you are more free to innovate in crystal brush. That is true. And therefore it is a different surrounding, a different environment than a golden demon, and that can potentially mean that, or should potentially mean that you will see better things, and you do see better things. But you also do see better things, and the density is a bit more, density is higher with some European competitions like Monte San Savino and so on. You just see so many good entries there. And I'm not saying that as a European. If I was in the US, if I were American, and I did this for 20 years and I did look at all the online stuff that I am looking at, I would say that too. This is not a Europe versus US thing. I hope everyone is understanding that. Just dropped 10 viewers, so I don't think that is the case. But yeah, maybe I can interview Vince Venturella again, or as a bit of a trade-off, to make a video on my channel, and then we can talk about all these things. So yeah, welcome Leroy. For pure artistry, you can go to San Savino. Exactly, yeah, that's what I said, right? There's no boundaries there. There's just out of the box thinking and so on. What competition do you think has the most value then? I wouldn't call it that. Any competition has value because it offers a playground for people, to be creative in, just in different ways. You can still be creative in a golden demon. You just have to stick to their background, and you can be super creative within a grimdark universe that is 40k, for example. So that has, to me, a lot of value because I like these grimdark entries and grimdark world, and it does have value. So I think that is the wrong question to ask. Crystal Brush has a lot of value because it brought American, US painters together and gave them some space to compete in and to meet and to get better and to influence each other, and therefore it had a lot of value. Monte San Savino, you can go there and you are on the edge of miniature innovation. I would agree that I would agree there. So if you want to see what the most creative minds in this business are doing, then you should probably go to Monte San Savino, because it has established itself as a place of great innovation and creativity. The World Expo, I think, is it every second year? World Expo is also a place like that. It's sometimes in the US, sometimes in Europe, sometimes somewhere else on the planet. Rant number 2. God damn it, don't call it a rant. I'm trying to explain. So if you guys feel like this is a rant, then I won't be talking about this, honestly, because it's bad, you know. It's bad for viewership. And I know a lot of people appreciate the honesty, and it's not even honesty, it's just trying to be objective and taking a step back and being analytical. And if that is considered a rant, honestly, I don't want to do it. Let's see that guy's ass. I know you spent ages on it. Yeah, it's covered up. It's covered up. Yeah, so one thing that also was a bit tricky, so back here, a lot of stuff isn't visible at all. So sometimes you spend a lot of time doing something and then you just have to glue one part over it. But hey, the backside doesn't matter, I can only enter one picture. Are you welcome, Joshua? Thanks again, I appreciate you, and I'll join your Patreon this Friday. Thanks a lot, much appreciated, Joshua. I'm pretty sure you will find good, interesting things there. And again, if you have any questions, just join the Discord and put them in there, and we will work on it. I don't like that Crystal Brush entries are usual collaborations. Having more than one person working on a piece seems a bit wrong to me. Yeah, for me it is especially kind of annoying, since I can do both. I can sculpt and paint, but it takes me twice the amount of time that it takes a collaboration to create an entry like that. So I'm always at a disadvantage, even though I can do both. But yeah, I mean, I agree. There was a time when you could enter collaborations to the Golden Demon, and it was pissing me off. You're always going to be better if two people can work on something, and then they work on... they put in the work where they are better. So yeah. Two people can hide their weaknesses and just provide what they're best at, then you're always at a disadvantage. The 10,000k was a bit of an incentive. Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of people thought because you could win money, that made it the best competition, which money doesn't equal the best competition. But again, we kind of have to ask ourselves, how do we want to define best and good in that context? And I would say you have to look at the density of pieces that you would, rate maybe a 9 or an 8 as far as creativity or technicality go. So yeah, in my opinion, that would equal good, or that would define good. I'm in the US, I understand what you're trying to say. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, again, unfortunately not everyone does, and there is a strong mentality among people that want to make everything not partisan, a tribal thing. It's us versus them, which I hate that, and I would never make things about us versus them. I always try to, be objective and... Oh my god, overheating. Sorry if I started you on something. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, don't worry. Hey, CJ Reed. Congrats, man. You're mad lad for painting that wood grain so late on, but it looks amazing. Thank you. Yeah, that was the day before. No, wait. Oh, was it? I'm kind of confused. All of this week kind of melted together. But yeah, I took the last day to create the base. So I think it was the second to last day that I was working on the wood grain. But it paid off. I think it was worth it. I'm really happy with it. Hey Dreadnoughty, thank you. Looks awesome. Hey Schwarze Katze. Hey Mr. Cool Guy, what's up? Monte Sansevino shows absolute gold. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Did you just look it up? Yeah, it's mind-boggling. What's the bait tone of the stones? The arkish green. What are you saying, dude? What? Oh, base. All your typos don't help. What's the base tone of the stones? A Urkish green? I don't know what Urkish green is. It's good thing I made a video about it. It's black mixed with these surf aqua and mint green. So yeah, for the base color, that's what I did, mixing those two with black and then working over that with different colors. You can still kind of see the base color back here. What did I use for the base? It's all scratch built. Everything is just from Milliput. Also the lock here, scratch build from Milliput standard. I like to scratch build all my bases because then I can be more how to say that? I'm more free in the design and helping the composition and all that. A darkish green. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, technically you could consider it a dark green, with the mint green being somewhat green, but there's also blue in there. What are your thoughts on the new Iron Skull UK competition? The Iron Skull competition, I have never heard of that. Iron Skull UK. Let's see if I can find something. UK. I don't think I can find anything, so maybe you can drop me a link to that competition. I hadn't go there yet. Maybe this year. Oh, okay. Monte Sansevino. What did you use for the base? Okay, we have that. You shouldn't sell the Everchosen sword when you win it. You can use it to salute your Twitch subs. So again, I don't really care that much about winning the sword. Like I said, my goal was being on the website, and we kind of reached that. So maybe that is a bit more of, or that is a bit of publicity, which is always good. The idea behind auctioning off the sword was that I have this. So I was at the hospital a lot as a kid because I had a condition that they could not really explain, and it was nothing that influenced me. So it was super annoying to be in the hospital as much as I was. turns out that it runs in the family, and it's just something that your kidneys do. No one knows. My grandfather had it. He was 87 years old when he died, so that was a good life. But yeah, I saw all these other kids in the hospital that had cancer, at a very young age. And that kind of sucked, because I knew, well, I was going home after, I don't know, maybe 3 days, and they had to stay, and it sucked for their parents. And I was always really, how do you say that? I was old as a kid. I knew what was going on, and I really emphasized with the parents and the kids. So ever since then, I wanted to donate significant amounts of money, and my parents always donated to that hospital for trying to beat all kinds of cancers that are plaguing kids, and to put research money into that. And the idea was that maybe if I won the sword, I could auction that off and finally make, because they say it's about 7.5 thousand pounds worth of money, and that would be a good contribution if I could get that on eBay, or I don't know, anywhere else, and then just donate it. And the idea was to mention that in the video, which I don't know if I should do that, because it could be interpreted as just trying to grab as many votes as I can. 7k, really? Yeah, that's what they said. But honestly, I really would like to do that. But then again, I don't know, if it's viewed as just trying to grab the sword, then that obviously does not help me personally. And I don't know if I should risk my... I don't know. I mean, honestly, I would just do it if there wasn't something on the line. I should have entered. Well, too late now. Yeah, I mean, again, people could see that as trying to grab votes, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just shut up about it, and if I win, which I don't think I will, because yeah, again, I don't think I'm on Games Workshop's buddy list. Yeah, we'll see. To be honest, it would be quite clickbait if you did a video about your Everchosen entry like Miniac did about his crystal brush, especially because it's online voting time. Yeah, well, I'm going to. I mean, I don't think it will sway the vote that much, but I really like the result, and I would be an idiot if I didn't do something on YouTube with it, right? So I don't know, I'm not going to say, yo guys, go vote for me, but this is my Everchosen entry, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm going to share that, and why not? And like you said, other people do it constantly. 2+, thanks a lot for following my YouTube. Oh, you mean like he did the crystal brush videos to get votes? I haven't thought about that, but yeah, could be. I don't know. I just want to do what is fun, and yeah, I kind of hate all that online, popularity contest stuff. It's driving me mad. No one at my local Games Workshop showed up for Everchosen, so I just went back home, grabbed my Primaris. I tried to learn on Metallicon and won by default. Oh, okay. Where are you from, Curbsader? I was the only model in the shop. It puts people who can't find a collaboration partner at a disadvantage, where there's very few people who could get a top sculptor to agree to make a one-off sculpt for Crystal Brush. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The Iron Skull is the painting competition that Siege Studio, a commission painting studio in the UK, are hosting as of 2020. I think it's in February in London. I have never heard of neither the commission painting studio nor the event, sorry. I am not on Games Workshop's Xmas card list either. Not much into about it yet. I think that comes in a week. Just a few sponsors named Andy Wall and Richard Way's judges. Okay, I see. Just having Everchosen in the title of the YouTube video will be good for ratings. Yeah, I guess. Innsbruck, okay. Didn't know there were... Oh, yeah, gotcha. There's a store in Innsbruck. I didn't know that. Who's the manager there? Do you know that by chance? I mean, everything is popularity move when you are on YouTube or social media. Yeah, I guess, but also, I don't know. Should I not do it because it could be viewed as that? That's the question, right? I mean, I would honestly... No, I'd probably not trash it. Was in Vienna before that? Okay. I don't know the guy. Was he at the Gasometer store? Because Tim is at the Warhammer, well, at the Wespenhof store. Since they replaced the old one. Don't know his last name. Okay. I recommend Iron Painter from Weird Miniatures. They don't do it this year, but it's a great competition. I see. Yeah, I'm not that much of a competition painter, to be super honest. It's... yeah, it doesn't always put me in the right mindset, so I'm trying to avoid these as much as possible. Just any competition. And I also don't really have the time, so this has been the first competition piece in what? Maybe 4 years or longer? I don't know. That I finished. Yeah, I'm not really all that into trying to make a name for winning competitions. I'd rather be considered, you know, a good teacher, which is what I'm aiming for. But I mean, I know that competitions are obviously good advertisement for you, but it's okay. It just takes a bit longer, and again, we're almost at 200 patrons that do appreciate the way that I teach miniature painting, and that is honestly worth a ton more than competition results. Got to shoot off. See you later, Gallifire. I mean, Sensei. Yeah, but it's just the truth, right? I just want to have fun, and I want to share the fun with others, and help people improve, and that's my focus. You mentioned Tim a couple of times, but I don't know exactly where he worked. Oh, see, so maybe he was working at the store and now he got promoted to manager. That could be a thing, of course. I didn't think about that. Don't remember Max, so yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be painting anything anymore, so I'll probably shoot off, guys. I have a lot of work to do and need to finish some PDFs. So I appreciate I appreciate you all showing up and just listening to me rambling 2 hours. Hey, I mean, I could also do this, right? So do some shadow animals. I don't know. Probably not working. Yeah, guys, I'll head off. We'll do some more painting during the next month. Again, hopefully I'm going to be starting on my commission piece. At least that is the plan. And I'll do more streaming once I start. enjoyable time spent. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Again, it's always fun if you guys have questions and there's stuff to talk about that maybe is not talked about on other channels and so on. As always, thank you, Leroy. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Wait, thank you, R Saba. Wait, can I? You're Zaba. What's your name on the other, on Instagram? God damn it, I'm so bad with names. But yeah, guys, thanks a lot. I'll hop off. Don't forget to follow my Instagram. I need those 10,000 Instagram viewers so I get the swipe up option. Let's go. Only like 6,500 left to go. No, it's more. Is it? No, it's 6,500. Yeah. Shaba. Oh, okay. Yeah, check out my Patreon if you're interested in especially this figure, because next month we will have a lot of tutorials about this guy. Yeah, thank you, thanks for all the support. And let's see who else is streaming. I'll follow you on Instagram now. Thank you, TBC2099. Much appreciated. Yeah, again, I appreciate all the help that you guys are giving me, like sharing my stuff and liking my things. It helps a ton in this world of social medias. Wait, that's not painting. Oh, miniatures. Let's see who's streaming. Oh, miniatures stand is still streaming. Yeah, it's okay. We'll do that. On Instagram, the shield looks much better. Yeah, it's the thing is, the problem is, again, yeah, so I thought the shield was more inclined, so my highlights are here, and this is actually my shadows. So that's why it looks a bit crap. Yeah, it definitely looks better from this view. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Can't always be super perfect. But yeah. Bye guys. Thanks a lot.